Hello and welcome to Beyond American Shores, where Japanese toys are seen and heard. Well, every year around February, a Super Sentai series would end, while another one begins. The Super Sentai series for 2013 is Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger! When it was first announced, I thought this was going to be an interesting idea. This was the third time Super Sentai used the motif of dinosaurs, and it was going to be a more lighthearted series after the commercial failure that was Tokumei Sentai Go-Busters. I like Go-Busters! I really do! It just didn't really do well in the ratings or toy sales. As of now, I say that Kyoryuger is a great series. It has great characters, an awesome idea for a Sentai Robo, and the villains this time around are clever. Rather than getting the negative emotions of people, they actually hunt more common emotions like anger, luck, joy, and sadness. As a whole so far, I really like this series. Today, you'll be surprised when you hear I'm going to review the main weapons of this series, as I have the Deluxe GabuRevolver and the Deluxe GaburiCalibur from Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger! Alright, let's start with the GabuRevolver. On the front of the box, we have a picture of the GabuRevolver in a nice jungle background, along with a picture of Kyoryu Red. On one side, we have Kyoryu Red posing with the GabuRevolver. On the other side, we have Kyoryu Red in a different pose. On the back shows the instructions on how to use the GabuRevolver, and how you can collect the Judenchi, and shows other products that use them, like the GabuRevolver, Deluxe Kyoryuger, and the newest installment of Super Sentai Battle Daiso Deluxe. Here we have the GabuRevolver, the main henshin device of the Kyoryugers. While it could have been the first Sentai henshin device that is a gun, Go-Busters beat it to the punch with the Morphin Blaster. However, it is the first only gun henshin device since the Morphin Blaster was a cell phone that turned into a gun. The detail on this gun is great. It is a very colorful gun with lots of yellow, red, green, gray, and black. It is very show accurate when it comes to details. This gun is really big. Here it is next to the Trigger Magnum from Kamen Rider Double. The Trigger Magnum is so small compared to this. Now to take a look at the sounds. When you turn on the GabuRevolver, it will make this sound. When you push the trigger button, it will make this sound. Okay, so far so good. There's not that many sounds in this henshin device. If only there was some sort of gimmick. What's this? A new code? Alright, let's check it out. 3701.
Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger!
Ah, here we go. Here we have the main gimmick of Zyuden Sentai Kyoryuger, the Judenchi, or Beast Battery. These batteries contain the power of the dinosaur. The GabuRevolver comes with two Judenchi. The first is Kyoryu Red's main Judenchi, number 1, Gabutira. This contains the power of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. As you can see, the Judenchi are really small, even smaller than a Ranger Key. However, it is a little bigger than that of a AA battery. The main gimmick behind the Judenchi is that you can brave in. There's a button on top of the Judenchi. When pressed, the picture on the battery will change. On the charging side, it has a picture that actually glows in the dark, while the brave in side has a shinier picture of the dinosaur. The other Judenchi the GabuRevolver comes with is number 14, Stemero. Stemero is based off of the Strachosaurus. In the show, there are 24 Judenchi. The first 10 are used to summon the Juden Ryu, which are mechanical dinosaurs that combine to create the robos for the series. The others are for weapons or unique abilities. Stemero is one of these unique abilities. In the show, when shot with the Judenchi, the person will immediately fall in love. Now let's put Gabutira in the GabuRevolver. To do this, first hold down the lever on the handle. Next, push the tail up, insert the Judenchi in the bottom slot, and push the head down. When a Judenchi is in the GabuRevolver, it will recognize that Judenchi. Tell me the voice doesn't sound familiar. That's right! It's the narrator of the series, Shigeru Chiba, who has played Pilaf, Raditz, and Garlic Jr. in the Dragon Ball franchise, and Buggy the Clown from One Piece. Now, in Kyoryuger, you would think they transform just by shooting the gun. But nope! On top of that, there's a dance that goes along with it. Seeing how the Kyoryuger has a samba motif as well. Today, I'm going to teach you the dance. First, put your left leg in front of the right leg. Next, lift your right leg behind your left leg. Next, stand in place, and then cross your legs. And finally, spin. To begin the henshin sequence, turn the cylinder. Kyoryu change! Fire! This sound will play no matter what Judenchi you put in the bottom slot. Turn the cylinder again to activate the finisher. There are two slots for the Judenchi to be inserted in. The bottom one is for the transformation, the other is for double Judenchi finishers and more. Let's put Samaro in and activate the finisher. If you open and close the GabuRevolver again, it can summon the Kyoryuger's personal weapons. Armed on! You press the buttons between the revolver's teeth, which will launch the Judenchi out of the revolver. There are so many combinations you can do with these. The sound will be different depending on which slot the Judenchi is in. This toy is awesome! The detail is good, the sounds are awesome, and the gimmick is a cool idea. I do have one minor gripe though. The sounds sound a bit muffled because the speakers are actually blocked by some of the toy itself. The sounds are very clear still. Final verdict on the GabuRevolver. I give it a good. Next is their main swords for the series, the GaburiCalibur. The GaburiCalibur package is pretty much the same thing as the GabuRevolver packaging, except with the pictures of Kyoryu Red and the Kyoryugers with the GaburiCalibur. The package is longer than the box of the GabuRevolver. Here we have the GaburiCalibur, the main sword for the series. The detail on here looks good. It has a small amount of paint on the handle and on the body of the sword, and only a few colors. A greenish yellow, yellow, red, black, and silver. The silver on the handle doesn't match up to the gray on the body of the sword. It's almost show accurate paint-wise. Size-wise, this is around 15 inches. This is a little taller than the spin sword from Power Rangers Samurai. Now let's check out the sounds for the GabuReCalibur. When you turn it on, it will make this sound. When you press the trigger at the handle of the sword, it will make this sound. This also has lights in the green eyes of the sword. To activate more sounds, we will need a Judenchi. The GabuReCalibur comes with Judenchi number 15, Allomeris. This battery harnesses the power of the Allosaurus. In the show, the Kyoryugers use this Judenchi to breathe fire out of the GabuRevolver or any of the Juden Ryu. When this Judenchi is in the GabuRevolver, it will make these sounds. However, when this Judenchi is put into the GabuRicalibur, it will make this sound. Sadly, it doesn't recognize any of the Judenchi like the GabuRevolver does. To activate the finisher, you push the red lever up and push the trigger and it will make this sound. Do you think that's it? That's all? Well, there's one more thing that the GabuRicalibur can do. Combine the weapons together! Believe it or not, the GabuRevolver and the GabuRicalibur can combine. To do this, first open up the GabuRevolver. Next, press the silver button on the GabuRicalibur and fold the weapon so that it locks in place. Next, push the blade back. Finally, slide the GabuRicalibur into the GabuRevolver and they will lock into place. Here we have the Gabaru cannon, a giant shotgun which also acts as a machine gun. This mode looks awesome. It does feel a little heavy with one hand, which is why you hold the Gabaru cannon with two hands. In this mode, there are a few sounds it has. When you press the trigger on the GabuRevolver, it will make this sound. You can hold down the trigger so that it sounds like you're firing multiple shots. There are more sounds when you pull back the pump. Sounds reset once you press the trigger once after this sound plays. Now there's one more Judenchi that I want to show in this review, and that is number 16, Beyonsimo. This Judenchi has the power of the Seismosaurus. This Judenchi can be found in a few ways. You can get it with the Deluxe Mobuckle, or you can find it like I have with this Super Sentai Battle Daiso Deluxe Binder. Inside the GabuRevolver, it will make these sounds. The GabuRicalibur is okay on its own. The detail is still pretty good, but the sounds are very limited on this toy. However, it does make up for it when combined with the GabuRevolver into the Gabaru cannon, which is an awesome combined weapon. Final verdict on the GabuRicalibur. I give it a good. Well, that's it for today's episode of Beyond American Shores. I'm the Tokutor Reviewer, and I will see you next time. Reviewer out!